Time for all of our notifications. And... oh, Twitter's over here too. Bleh. Okay. So, do you have any guesses for any of the stuff that we're gonna see tonight now that we've had this switcheroo, if you will?
Koji hasn't yet to meet Harry. So I'm guessing not today. Like, we're not going to see her today, but maybe closer to the end of Act 2, they're going to meet. And he might pick up on something weird going on with her.
Yeah, you think so? You still...
like, she'll go like, this normie is kind of weird.
Yeah. You still stand by the... it's her as the other... I can't remember what the name of the other...
I can't either.
But you think you still stand by that you think she's the other
It's
one?
her, and her quote-unquote boyfriend is an accomplice.
Gotcha. No, I think that's a good hypothesis. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 CGs left. Unless there's
only
something...
8, unless there's a page 2.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if there was, because I feel like most of the time, most fans, I think, are pretty, like, upfront with that. So I'd be shocked if there was, but I won't discount it entirely, so...
Most fans are front-loaded, you mean?
Yeah, most of the time... when I see a gallery, it'll show me ahead of time, like, how many pages there are, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that doesn't mean that it won't, but... so, we'll see. Anyways, I guess let's go ahead and hop back into it.
Mm-hmm. Da, 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 da. Hourglass. So yeah, their relationship is fake, I think. Just,
You think it's fake on both ends, or do you think it's, like, fake on her end, just so she can use him?
You know, now I said that, and then I realized, how the fuck would they have met if he didn't, like, come up to her and be like, hey, I like you? Like, how would they have met, and how would she have gotten the idea to copy Corpse Girl?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
So I don't know the basics of their relationship, but...
you think there's something going on there?
yeah, something's fishy with them. Anywho.
Fair.
Junpei Matsumoto essentially confessed that he's involved with the human removal service. Hey, we figured it out.
Answered it right off the bat.
He agreed that he wouldn't be targeted if I entered his name on the website. He admitted to being an accomplice. Don't know if he figured out what I figured out. Don't care. I need to tell Noriko.
Excuse me.
She's asleep in the corner as usual. Her laptop is beside her. The power cable is plugged into a portable generator. She's still in the same clothes, still wearing the same old makeup. Don't want to change a thing about her. How I wish I could lay next to her.
Wake up.
She stirs. I extend my hand.
Kojiro? It's still early.
Need to talk. It's important.
She rubs her eyes and yawns.
What is it?
Look.
I hold up my phone and show her the copycat's website. Her eyes widen as she slowly reads the text. Her jaw drops ever so slightly, and she looks at me in shock.
How did you find this? I've been searching for weeks. I've tried so hard to find how the copycat is choosing victims, but there's absolutely nothing about this anywhere.
Met a guy yesterday. Someone involved with the site.
You're kidding.
Serious. Junpei Matsumoto. Big guy. Rude. Unlikable. Knew who I was. Knew about the morgue.
Shit. He knows?
Don't need to kill him.
How? If he knows our methods, he won't just kill himself when he gets delivered a corpse. He'll just laugh it off.
No, I know that. We really kill him.
He's going all in.
For context, for the audience, hello. If you weren't with us 2 weeks ago when we started this chapter, we played maybe 20 minutes. We played for 20 minutes on Kojiro's side the last time we played. We are 20 minutes into the chapter, and Kojiro was saying, nope, we have to murder a dude. Straight up, cold blood.
This has just been one in the long string of just, like, crazy things that have happened since we switched over to Kojiro.
Yeah, Kojiro is really action-packed. I don't know what the... I keep feeling the need to compare this game to Steins Gate for some reason. I don't know why. Because, like, I can't compare regular VNs to a Zero Escape game. Because that's doing a disservice to Zero Escape. And, like, Steins Gate
Zero
is, like...
Escape is on its own, for sure.
But really the formatting of Zero Escape is wonky. Whereas Steins Gate is closer to a normal VN. And, like, I'm trying to think of where Act 2 starts and where the action starts to pick up for Steins Gate.
Probably where beep, 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 beep. I'm just kidding. That was supposed to be a spoiler. Probably
yeah, right.
where somebody starts dying, probably, would be my guess.
Oh! You know what that is? That is actually the perfect place to end Act 1. With that shot, with that frame. Yep. Yep. And then Act 2.
Sure...
Yeah, you know what? You know what? This seems to be stereotypical of visual novels. Act 1 ends. Act 1 was slice of lifey and slow, and what the fuck are we even doing? And then Act 2 just kind of sucker punches you over and over and over again.
Yeah, that tracks. I'm pretty sure that in the anime version, because I watched the anime as well as playing the game, I'm pretty sure the anime ends on a cliffhanger around, like... Because I think it's, like, 24 episodes, and I think it ends on a cliffhanger at episode 11. So, like, maybe a little bit more than, like, halfway. Or, like, right at halfway. So the first act's really heavy, but...
Alright. Noriko is silent. Is the unthinkable. Something we've never done before.
I don't know if I can.
I can do it.
I mean, at least he's honest, I guess.
I don't know if I can. Noriko, you were plotting his murder not 3 weeks ago. Like a month ago.
But saying it's different than doing it.
I feel like if she saw him... I'm almost certain she filtered out his name completely from her brain. If she saw him in person, she'd be like, oh, no, I can handle this.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't react more, because I'm like, either she's tempering her expectations, because in her head she's going, I can't do that to Aoi, or she has forgotten who it is, and she will want to kill him, like you said, as soon as she sees him. I don't know.
I don't want to kill the guy. I need to kill him. It's for our own safety. With him alive, our secrets are compromised. He knows me. He may very well know Noriko.
Junpei Matsumoto? Why
There
does
we
that
go.
name sound so familiar?
Check his profile.
Noriko doesn't waste any time in bringing up his noise profile.
Oh, shit!
Peer over at her phone. Sure enough, the profile picture matches with what he looked like. Hard to forget a guy like that.
This is Aoi's boyfriend.
Aoi, your friend.
Aoi, the girl that Noriko never stops talking about. The cute and shy one. The one I've followed more than a few times out of curiosity.
Damn, he really is a stalker. He's not even just following her. He's following her friend.
Wanted to see what constitutes a friend of Noriko's. Needed some tips. Is she dating Junpei? Strange match.
Is this for real? I met Junpei some time ago. Maybe last month?
I see.
Is this us being genre savvy? Like the Aoi stuff. Like is that just us being genre savvy, or is it just really that obvious and they're just ignoring it because Aoi wouldn't do something like that?
I think that's tough.
Our bias is screwing me right now.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be us being genre savvy, cause like, we can look at it of the perspective of somebody who has not like grown up with her as a friend. So that can't. So that I can see why Noriko might not think that. Kojiro. I mean, if he hasn't
Kojiro,
seen anything ahead of time.
if he's been stalking Noriko for like a year and following Aoi around for however long it takes for him to determine, okay, this is what a friend of Noriko's would do, he would have some clue, maybe.
Maybe it just depends on like. I mean, what was he around for? Like, is he just watching her like cry because she has a stalker at the maid camp? Oh, never mind. Wait, no. Okay, just kidding.
The stalker at the maid cafe went away.
Yeah, I was gonna say shit. Was that him? But then I was like, but then they're cousins or whatever. So never mind. That he wouldn't be acting like this if it was his cousin.
I don't know. Genre savvy. It's a different kind of blinders.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as I know, I haven't spoken to Aoi in a while. Wait, I wonder.
What?
Never mind. I need to think some things over.
Okay.
Kojiro, you remember the photo of my sister's corpse, right? Not the one that I crafted. The other one I found on her phone.
Sure.
You remember the instructions written on it?
Stab Shuji at the party, right?
Spot on. The copycat must send instructions written on corpse photos. I have a feeling the instructions always relate to killing other people. Other people whose deaths have been requested.
I get it. Kill two birds with one stone. Send one corpse photo to a victim, have them kill another victim. It's efficient.
That's how they've racked up so many deaths so quickly.
Exactly. We can only rely on news reports for the numbers, but it's pretty clear that the copycat has claimed a few hundred lives in the past month at least.
And we're up to 164.
Yes.
164 deaths caused by Corpse Girl. But we've delivered twice as many corpses as that. Our success rate is about 50%, and it has been dropping rapidly. It would seem that Corpse Girl's rising popularity is having a detrimental effect on our success rate. As public knowledge of Corpse Girl increases, the fear of receiving a corpse decreases. People are starting to figure out how the method works. If they don't cave into fear, they don't kill themselves. It's that simple. In most cases in which the victim has survived, they simply brush off the attempt in their life. They call the police, have the corpse removed, they go on with life.
We haven't been doing so well lately, but the deaths across Tokyo, the ones unrelated to us, are expanding at an exponential rate.
Seems that way.
Then our rival has a more foolproof method of killing. Is it as simple as adding instructions to a corpse photo? Threatening someone with death unless they carry out the instructions? And then, if victim A receives a corpse photo, follows the instructions, and kills victim B, how does victim A also end up dead? Surely it's not suicide at that point. Why follow the instructions to spare your life and then kill yourself anyway? It doesn't add up. How are they killing so many people so quickly?
Don't know.
It's true. I have no idea. I pride myself on always being in the know, but this is beyond even me. However, I do know how to find out.
Maybe I'll pay Junpei a visit. See what information I can extract.
I don't like it, but it may be our only chance. Get as much information as you can from him. Then, dispose of him.
Her words cause a flare of adrenaline inside me. I won't let her down. She has given me a task. An important task. I'll show her what I can do.
On it.
Good luck, Kojiro. And be careful.
Course. Later.
I'm thankful that Noriko looks away just before a smirk splits my face in half. I take my leave.
He's like a little puppy, like, oh, master, I got a task.
Mm-hmm. Quite a bit of time has passed since he went inside the main cafe. Can't imagine a meal takes this long. Unless there's something shady going on, he should have come out by now. My knees are beginning to hurt from crouching. I could stand up, but then I'd be more visible. Crouching up the corner of this alley suits me just fine. My knees should hold. I have a perfect view of the entrance. I've taken note of every single person entering and exiting. But he hasn't come back out. His noise post from earlier was right on the money. He said he would visit the maid cafe, and sure enough, I watched him enter. Could be he knows I'm tailing him. Whole thing could be a ruse. He might have an escape route. But I already scoped out the alley from behind the cafe. There's no other exit. Front only. Could he have climbed out a window? Doubt it. Big guy. Not very fit. Even if he attempted such a feat, I surely would have overheard the struggle. I'll keep watch here. Can't be that much longer. According to noise, he comes here often. His favorite place. Likely where he met Aoi. Still works here, according to Noriko. Really now? Isn't that interesting? What does Aoi see in him? What does Noriko see in Aoi, for that matter? The girl is boring. Cute, sure, but no outward personality. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Hard to tell when you only watch from afar. There he is. I'll have to follow him. Can't confirm him here. Looks like he's heading towards the station. Easy. Here it goes. Can't believe that guy traveled to the very end of the train. This is a trap.
Yeah, that's a little too suspicious.
Took nearly an hour to get here. If his home is all the way out here, why does he travel so far just to visit a maid cafe? He wandered into this underground parking lot, so I'm guessing his apartment building is above this little tomb. Or this is the disposal services base of operations.
Yeah. Cause if he knows that Kojiro is tailing him, either he's really, really smart and observant, or both Aoi and Noriko are dumb for never noticing that he'd been tailing them.
Yeah.
So it kind of would make sense if it was the like headquarters.
No one else around.
Hey, is someone there?
Guess I'm not as stealthy as I thought.
Huh? Kojimbo? Junpei Matsumoto. The fuck? You follow me home, dude? That's right. Have some questions. Not cool, man. Could've just DM'd me. No.
I strode up to him and pressed my chest against his rotund belly. Standing this close, it's easy to see that he's actually younger than I thought. I'm nearly a full head higher than him. Despite his bulky build, I don't think I'd have any trouble crushing him in a fistfight.
Back off, dude. I'm warning you. I don't think I'll do that. Question 1. Hey, I ain't playing your games. Who runs the human removal service? I ain't telling you that. Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed? Fuck you, man. Question 3. Shut up! What is your role? I've listed the questions in order of importance. Please answer.
Junpei pulls his head back and spits in my face. The disgusting glob of saliva dribbles down my cheek. I snap 2 of his fingers. When did you grab his hand?
I guess he's close enough that he just grabs it right away. Yeah, I guess. Shit.
Holy fuck!
The knuckles within his blubbery digits break inside my fist as I bend them in the wrong direction. I savor the sensation of shattered bone grinding against shattered bone as his knuckles splinter and pierce the skin.
Question 1. Who runs the human removal service?
Junpei wrenches his hand away from mine. He clenches his other fist. He looks prepared to launch it at my face. The punch connects perfectly against my jaw. I cock my head a little, riding the momentum of the impact. A tooth comes loose in my mouth. I think it's a bottom canine. I swallow it.
What the fuck? This guy is...
He can't spit it out, it shows weakness.
This is not even, like, revelations per minute. This is, like, craziness per minute. Like, every time I think this guy is just, like, as bonkers as he can get, something else happens.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Throwing my head back, I lock eyes with Junpei.
Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed?
Shit! You want another fist in the face? My freaking fingers!
Question 3. What is your role?
Junpei tries to lash out with a kick to my shins. He's slow. He's just not cut out for a fight. I step aside and his legs flail limply. Completely off balance, he falls and lands on his rear. I move toward him and stand over his recumbent body.
I've listed the questions in order of importance. Please answer.
Help me! Someone help me! This psycho is trying to kill me!
I can't help but sigh loudly. I run my tongue along my gums, feeling for the gap created by my missing tooth. Definitely a canine that I swallowed. Bit of an inconvenience. Have to get a false tooth now. Wonder if Noriko will think less of me.
Question 1.
Fuck you!
He madly tries to kick my ankles. His feet slap against mine with no force or pressure.
Who runs the human removal service?
The guttural beastie growl that spews from his mouth is the desperation of a cornered dog. I don't much believe in kicking someone when they're down, figuratively nor literally. I kick him in the ribs, and his howl of anguish repeats itself. Sometimes you have to do things you don't believe in. I kick him again, and again, and again. 1 or 3 of his ribs shatter against the toe of my shoe. It's a crunching sensation, like clinking in the ribs of a cadaver. I suppose comparison isn't really necessary.
Stop! Please!
The slow, desperate plea is completely different from the urgent howls of frustration just moments ago. Beaten and wounded, the dog is panting heavily, his tongue lolling against the asphalt.
Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed?
A moment's silence prompts me to prepare my foot for another flurry of kicks. But a meek answer I didn't foresee causes my body to stiffen.
Our Herald. He carries out all the killings personally.
What the fuck?
I frown, and the motion causes a sharp pain to shoot through my bleeding gums.
Your herald.
The dog spits blood down his shirt and groans.
He's a visionary. A prophet.
Oh my god.
Hmm?
Do you think it's Shinya?
That would be a plot twist.
That would be
And-
bonkers.
And it certainly wouldn't explain why Awie's on the front screen and not him.
Yeah, that's true. Huh.
But you know what? That would explain how this human removal service is racking up so many kills, like easily 2 or 3 times as many as Corpse Girl, and not getting caught by the police. They have insider information.
Yeah, that is true. Fuck.
And you know what? I know how Awie's involved in Shinya's the Prophet.
Oh.
Aoi is the mastermind behind the Prophet.
Oh, yeah, maybe. That would
And
make
she
sense.
went because they are school friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Minoru know.
Maybe they bumped up against each other at some point and were like, hey. Huh.
Maybe. I wonder if they had anything to do with Kotome Ida.
Maybe, that's true. Hi Elise, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day.
Hello.
I hope you're healing okay. She says counterpoint, no one is getting caught by the cops because that would require cops to ever do their job. That is true. I'm very bad in I always like to think that I always feel like visual novels give cops way too much of a credit, so I kind of lean into that. But if this was real life, absolutely. Really, yeah. This is a little bit of a tangent, but my fiance showed me Zodiac the other day, and the entire time it was just like the cops being bad at their job, and I was like, oh, this is realistic. This is exactly how this happened. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I feel like depending on who the writer is, I think like fiction will give them a lot more credit than is due. So, yeah.
There's a police detective captain person, chief detective, as a named character, top billing.
He's a chief
The police are
detective.
chief detective, maybe. I don't know.
He's at least a
He's-
detective. Maybe I don't remember enough about him.
He is not enough. He's not allowed to be completely incompetent. He is a named character.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He is a named character noted for his competence, specifically.
Yeah. Do you think he'd be chief if he got called in to check on Shit, what's her name? Noriko in the mall.
He wasn't called to check up on her. He was in the mall.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he mentioned he was in the
Oh,
mall doing miscellaneous shit,
gotcha.
and the security officer pulled her into the office, and he checked up on her because he was in the area.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so
Like,
maybe.
I think he was like in the mall for another job? Question mark.
That
I
would
don't
make
know.
sense.
I don't remember the exact dialogue. I do
Yeah.
remember that he was not called because the conversation was between Noriko and her neighbor, who doesn't want to see her go to jail. And like he was pressured out of the room by him because he's the chief of police.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. No, unfortunately, like, well, it may not be realistic. I'm sure that this guy is gonna have at least some relevance and competence. Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not enough to catch Noriko, but enough to pose a threat.
Yeah.
And he's immortal.
Okay, that's
Psycho.
yeah.
Okay.
He's more powerful than Corpse Girl ever was. Every person
Well, that's
targeted
just
by the
insulting.
human removal service is removed by the Herald's hand.
This wasn't the explanation I was expecting. I thought the operation was similar to Corpse Girls. Send a corpse photo to a victim, urge them to kill himself, or give him instructions to kill someone else. That's what Noriko and I discussed. That was the conclusion we reached. I don't like being proven incorrect. I bring my foot to Junpei's ribs one more time, and he hardly flinches. He simply exhales and absorbs the force.
Question 3. What is your role?
I think the dog is unconscious. I tilt my head from side to side, and hear a comforting crack and then pop that relieves the tension in my muscles. I crouch down and press my fingers to his wrist. The pulse is strong, and his breathing is regular. You won't die, not unless I take action now. I told Noriko to kill him. I told her I'd take care of our problem.
Junpei.
Somebody got caught.
A girl's voice, soft and not unpleasant, but worried, terrified. I stand once more to see the concerned face before me.
What did you do to Junpei?
Aoi Sato. Noriko's friend. Best friend. And the girlfriend of Junpei Matsumoto.
Sauce.
I need to leave. Aoi doesn't know my identity. She doesn't know I'm involved with Noriko. If I escape now, Aoi will never link this assault to Noriko. Well, that's option 1. Option 2...
Get out of here, you psycho!
No, I can't think about option 2. If Aoi got hurt, Noriko would never forgive me. I can return to finish Junpei another day. I know where he lives now, after all.
Later.
I turn on my heel and leave the sobbing girl to tend to her wounded dog.
Well, that went a lot different than I thought it would.
Did it?
I mean, it's not the actual, like, beat 'em up and her stumbling into it necessarily, but, like, the information we got.
Ah, yeah. I was gonna say like the only thing that was different from my expectation is that nobody actually died in that scene.
Yeah, that's fair. I was genuinely surprised Junpei made it
But
out.
yeah, the information we received, that's neat.
Yeah, very, very different, very interesting.
When I was a Shizuko, I became really fascinated with brewing coffee. Who the fuck? That's out of left field, isn't it?
Yeah, just random, like, hey guys.
She bought me a handheld bean grinder and a French press for my birthday. To thank her, I made her frequent trips to the market to buy freshly roasted beans. I would lose track of the hours I spent carefully grinding the beans and aiming to brew the perfect cup. But Shizuko never enjoyed coffee. Never had a taste for it. I didn't give up. I kept refining my technique, kept experimenting with different beans and roasts in an attempt to craft something she would find palatable. She died and I threw the French press in the trash.
Oh, okay.
I just visited the cafe now for my morning coffee. I donated the handheld grinder to this cafe. More specifically, I gave it to the cute waitress here. Maybe it was callous of me to discard the gift Shizuko gave me. It should have torn me apart. It should have torn me apart to throw away something that symbolized what we had together. But 3 years isn't so important in the grand scheme of a lifetime. Besides, I have someone else now. Well, I don't have her, but I want her. Noriko reminds me of Shizuko in some ways. In other ways, they couldn't be more opposite. When the takeout coffee I ordered is ready, I leave my money on the counter and grab the paper cup. A quick sip of the piping hot brew fills me with renewed life. The liquid scalds the area where my tooth used to be. Not much for it. I'll go to the dentist some other time. Coffee in hand, I leave the cafe and make my way to my next destination. Public libraries don't get the credit they deserve in this age. They're quiet, calm, soothing.
Amen to that, brother.
That doesn't always do it for me, but it's nice to escape the bustle of the city. Plus, they always carry works by my favorite authors. But the librarians don't pay me any mind. I think they're at a loss to recommend books that fit my tastes. I don't feel judged here. Nobody looks at me and wonders if I'm a creep. Nobody cares about my unshaven face or crinkled clothes. Nobody looks at me and asks if I miss Shizuko. I wish someone would ask. Just once. It would be nice to know someone cares, even if I don't. No one knew Shizuko. No one knows she was in my life. And no one knows she's gone. I haven't even told Noriko about her. I think she has enough on her mind right now. I'll tell her when the time is right. After wandering through the library aisles aimlessly, I pick up a tome from the shelf at random and find a couch to sit on. Comfortable at last, I sip my coffee and thumb through the book I've acquired. It would seem I've selected an autobiography about a famed painter I've never heard of. It'll do for now. I'll read anything. I skimmed through the preface, then the first chapter. My fingers pick up speed as I thumb through the pages, never absorbing more than the first line of any particular page. Boring. Drivel. I can't read this. I toss the book aside and rest a closed fist underneath my chin. I'm not normally this restless. Usually I'm focused and driven. But it's my birthday, and Shizuko isn't here to get me a gift. Perhaps I regret throwing away the French press. It was the most thoughtful birthday gift I've ever received. Perhaps I just regret losing Shizuko. I don't know.
Do you think he killed her?
I would hope not, but I can't say one way or another. This guy's crazy.
Just the phrasing of perhaps I just regret losing Shizuko makes me think that, like...
Perhaps I regret killing her.
Like, either he regrets killing her, or maybe they broke up right before she died and he regrets that she died on bad terms, possibly. But that's just very... Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but that's very particular phrasing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, regret is a weird word here.
Yeah.
If this were any other day, I wouldn't waste my time dwelling on the past. I thought I was above giving this day more significance than any other. 35. Fuck. Where did the years go? Time really does slip through your fingers. Hell, it's even been more than a year since I met Noriko. Technically. I doubt she remembers our first meeting. I peer around the library and find a smile forming on my face. She probably thinks we met here just a few months ago. I ask her some trivial question, shoot something about Lovecraft or Cthulhu, and I introduce myself. But the first time we bumped into each other was at my apartment. Well, her apartment. I'm sorry? It was a fully furnished apartment. Didn't have to take much with me when I left.
Oh, he lived here before, maybe? Or he lived in the area?
I think he was moving out as she was moving in.
Like from a different
From
apartment?
this exact
Oh,
apartment.
okay. Interesting.
Because the specific line was my apartment, her apartment, well, my apartment, well, her apartment, well, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it looks much the same today as it did back then. I returned to collect a few last things. Yeah, he moved out, forgot a couple things, went back into ground.
Some very specific things.
And like this is how he met her to stalk her.
Oh, I became fascinated by her.
Yeah. I returned to collect a few last things. A couple blankets in the closet, a broom in a dustbin, a few knuckle bones, the usual stuff. And I wanted to say goodbye one final time. To my surprise, she was there. She was chatting to the landlord casually, inquiring about the terms of the lease. Must have was in my tracks when I saw her. I know that I spent a few good minutes simply staring at her. She was beautiful, gorgeous, breathtaking. And she looked like Shizuko. She looked so much like Shizuko. Oh, God, wait.
What the fuck?
You don't think that his girlfriend Shizuko was perhaps older than him? Perhaps old enough to have had a pair of 20-something daughters?
Ah, maybe. She does, like, I mean, I think if her mother was relevant, like, because she keeps bringing up how much she, like, hates her mom. And, like, maybe that's just character building, but, like, it does seem weird that they brought it up multiple times.
Only to never introduce her.
Even though we've met her sister. I don't know, maybe.
I'm trying to see if I wrote down. I didn't. I have to look on Steam, I guess. Because I can't say for certain what her sister's name is, but I know it ends in Ko.
Oh,
And
yeah,
this would
shoot. I want to say it begins with something like Suzuko or Shiriko or something like that, I think. I want to say.
Yuriko.
Oh, damn, I was so off.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Yuriko,
because...
Noriko,
And
Shizuko.
Shizuko. Unless they have, like, a secret third sibling?
I think if it was relevant, it would have been mentioned. But this explains why Kojiro is now bringing up a dead woman who shouldn't have any relevance to the story besides his character development.
Yeah.
But if she's their mother... She shook hands with the landlord. She said her name aloud. Noriko Kurosawa. Her name stuck in my mind. It replayed over and over in my head. The landlord accepted her offer for the apartment. Noriko would be moving in, making the place her home. My place. I must have bumped my shoulder into her by accident when I tried to squeeze past. She apologized. I apologized.
Zaz was just leaving.
Oh, no, please. It was my fault. I'm very sorry. Did you live here?
Yeah.
I see. Thank you for taking care of the place. I'll be moving in soon.
I see.
Did you like it here?
Yes, very much so. It was home.
I'm glad. I hope that I feel just as comfortable here.
I nodded, but didn't put my eyes from her face. She walked away after gracing me with a polite bow. The Noriko from back then was healthier than the girl I know now. She's become a little more than a skeleton, skin and bones, but her keen mind hasn't dulled. And she's still gorgeous. Still takes my breath away, just like Shizuko once did. But she refuses to leave the factory. She refuses to return to her apartment. Occasionally, Tomoe will go and fetch the things she needs: clothes, tiny portions of food, coffee mostly. At some point, I got delegated into selecting the most suitable cadavers from the morgue. Also, Noriko doesn't have to visit the morgue herself. She gives me a bunch of photos, and it's on me to pick and choose cadavers that best match them. Not my favorite work. It's tedious, and I don't have the eye for detail that she does. But I do what I can.
Ouch.
My phone begins vibrating violently in my back pocket. I didn't realize I was sitting on it.
Yo,
Where the hell are you?
library.
Don't you have deliveries to make today?
I'm just taking the morning off.
You didn't ask me about that.
I told Tomoe.
Well, she didn't mention anything about it to me.
Saz, I'll see you in a few hours anyway. I just wanted to chill this morning. My birthday.
It's your birthday?
Yeah,
I didn't know. Happy birthday.
thanks.
Okay, I'll see you this afternoon. Bye.
Later.
She sounded mad at me. In my defense, I haven't taken a day off from Corpse Girls working for weeks. Didn't think taking this morning off would be too much to ask. Apparently, it rubbed her the wrong way. But juggling this work as well as my morgue duties is tiring. Don't get much time for myself. Don't get much time to think. Probably why Shizuko's face doesn't pop into my mind as much as it used to. My theory, anyway. I drain the remnants of my coffee cup. After returning the unread book to the shelf, I leave the library.
I'm home.
I close the front door behind me. My place is always dark. The tiny sliver of sunlight filters in from a gap between the closed curtains. I don't like it this way. I spend countless nights underneath the unholy lights of the morgue. That fluorescent glow messes with my eyes. So I keep my apartment dark. It's comforting. The place is small. Smaller than my last apartment at any rate. Noriko's apartment. Tiny living space. One bedroom, kitchenette. Bathroom is pitiful. A half-sized tub with a shower head above it. Toilet. No sink. I need to use the kitchen sink after finishing my business. But it's home. Moving here after deciding to leave my old place was the change I needed after Shizuko died. I threw away so much of my life from back then. I'm almost a completely different person now. Almost. I've kept my habits, mannerisms. The parts of me people find weird or off-putting. Can't help it. That's just how I am. All these quirky attributes that Shizuko couldn't stand. You think Shizuko kept her maiden name? And that's how he hasn't put together, like...
Yeah. If Shizuko's related to Noriko in any way, she either, if it's a mom, she had to use her maiden name or come up with a new name.
No. Like, I don't think she, like, had to use it. I think she, like... Their parents had... I think the parents had, like, a fucked up relationship, and she divorced. And
that's true. She changed her name.
Went back to her maiden name.
Yeah, that's true. That could work.
It would explain why he doesn't recognize Kurosawa as the
Yeah.
name.
If she's related to if this Shizuko's related to Noriko in any way, there's got to be something like that going on.
They're still with me. She's gone, and I'm still here.
Come on.
I shook my head at the sound of my own voice. What a birthday. What a pointless day. Dwelling on the past doesn't suit me. I moved on from Shizuko a long time ago. I'm only stuck on her today because of my birthday. Because this day reminds me of that damn French press she bought for me. But it's gone now. And she's gone. All that remains is me. That's the way it always has been. Probably the way it always will be.
Enough. Time for work.
I don't feel like sitting in and relaxing. I shuffle toward the tall, narrow cabinet in the far corner of my living space. I hoist the door open and look for my clean white coat. It's not stained or dusty like the one I keep on display near the window. It's my good coat, the one I reserve for special days, like my birthday. The white coat is resting comfortably on a white mannequin inside the white cabinet. Hey, the color white. It serves no purpose. Despite its useless color, the mannequin holding the coat does serve a purpose. It carries my treasured possessions. Perhaps.
What the fuck?
Kojiro, I swear to God, if you have your ex-girlfriend's dead skeleton holding your fucking coat. Can it at least be a completely
A random
unrelated
person.
skeleton?
Yeah, that would be. I mean, it's still fucked up, but it would be better. I
In
don't
which-
know. I feel like if it is Shizuko, I'd be like, well, that's kind of dumb writing to be like, oh, I don't really think of her face anymore. I don't think about her as much. She's like literally in my house.
It could be a distance thing, emotional barrier.
Maybe.
Like if I don't think about her, I will ignore the skeleton as it pertains to being of the past. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The hope is that it's just somewhat unrelated.
Yeah.
Perhaps mannequin is the most fitting word for it, but it'll do.
He did say he mostly said he was joking, but he did say he wanted corpses for his own purposes, so who knows.
Mm-hmm. As I grab my coat, the sleeve catches onto the mannequin's fingers. I tug at it gently and manage to release the coat from the mannequin's bony limb.
Later.
I have in mind to say goodbye to empty rooms. It used to be funny when rooms were truly empty. Not so funny anymore. Now when that face stares back at me from within the cabinet. Nothing to do about it. I guess we're not finding out now.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, it's gonna be like a chapter 3 plot twist or something, probably.
Thanks.
I don't have a gift for you. I'm sorry.
All good.
Mariko runs her hand along her opposite arm shyly. Not like her to act so awkward and embarrassed.
I just didn't know. That's all.
I know.
She seems truly disappointed in herself for not knowing about my birthday.
I looked at my noise feed, and it even has a notification that today's the day. I'm sorry. I don't have a reasonable excuse.
It's fine. Really. What's on the agenda today?
I want to break away from this discussion. I hate my birthday. I hate Shizuko for leaving me. Yeah, it sounds like bad terms.
I was gonna say, does that mean like literally leaving, or does that mean like she left you and then she died? Maybe she's like dead to him or something. I don't know.
I mean, it wouldn't give us the slammer line. Then she died, and I threw the French press away. Right? That was
Yeah,
a fucking
that's
slam
true.
dunk of a line.
Yeah, that's true. I did like that line.
That was a pause and reflect line. That was not a. She died metaphorically, and I had to throw the French press because it reminded me of her. No. She's fucking dead.
Yeah.
And if she's not dead, I'm gonna say this right now live, and you can clip this for later. If Shizuko is alive, I'm dropping this game.
Okay.
Just straight up.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair. I wouldn't blame you.
The shark is. There's jumping the shark, and then there's launching a space shuttle off the back of its fin, or whatever the fuck. I lost the metaphor.
It's okay.
If Shizuko is alive, that's too far for me, I think.
Yeah, unless they have a really fucking good reason.
Yeah, unless it, like, makes me gasp.
If it was like a
holy
faked death
fuck.
or something, maybe. And like he was like, I saw your corpse or something. No, I think that no.
Were you thinking that... My initial thought before I discarded it right away was that the first corpse that corpse girl killed was her,
Yeah.
and that's how it all ties back together.
Yeah.
Everything is connected. Woo 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 woo. You know.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say maybe she's involved somehow, and that's how, like, Noriko or somebody got the idea to disguise corpses, but if she died 3 years ago, that would take an awfully long time for that thought to rise to the surface, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she died 3 years ago. I think they were together 3 years. And
Oh,
then
really?
she died. Yeah.
Oh. So did she die last year?
She would have had to have died, like, I want to say no more than 5 months before Kojiro moved out of his apartment.
Okay.
So, like,
So it's
last
like
year...
a year and a half,
a year
maybe?
And a year and a half at the latest. And the closer, the better to him saying, fuck this, I need to move out, I need to forget her. Because, like, you can be hung up for, like, a year, I guess. But, like, if even living in the same apartment that you shared with her is giving you that much stress, you need to... He would have wanted to move out ASAP.
Just so you know, I'm desperately trying to remember how to make a clip so I can clip that. Aw, Elise. That's so kind of you. Because I was like, I gotta make a mental note to do that. I never clip on Twitch very often, like, at all, so I figured it out. Great. Thank you, that's very kind of you.
If you're on mobile, there's a button for it. It looks like one of those clicky things that,
Like movie directors have.
Movie directors, yeah. I don't know how to do it on PC.
Posting it to your server now, thank you. Yeah, that's me, like, I've done it before on PC, but I don't do it very often, so... I forget. Thank you so much for doing that. That's so kind of you, Elise.
Yes, it's very kind of you
Every...
to give Kiki the ammunition she needs to just spam me.
The title is A Gamble Made. That's great. Yeah, no, anybody watching that out of context is gonna be like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. Like, straight up, if they don't have the best reason in the world to unkill Kojiro's dead girlfriend, I'm going to be annoyed with them.
Yeah, no, honestly...
Not only will I drop this game, I might seriously consider disallowing the other game we have on the list by them.
No, actually, that's kind of fair. Are you gonna charge me back the $10 that you split with me on this game? since it's not in your Steam library, you can't get a refund, so you're gonna charge me back the $10.
I mean, I couldn't get a refund anyway, so it's not like... No, I'm fine.
Fair enough. I'm not clipping that. That's fair. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't drop it because I'm this far in.
Yeah, like if you wanted to just take Tuesdays and just finish the game on stream, that'd be fine. I just wouldn't be a part of it. Or maybe I'd be a very begrudging part of it, going like, fuck you in the background very loudly.
You would turn very on hate mode.
Yeah, just very distantly in the background, pouting.
That actually might be entertaining in and of itself, just for funsies.
All right. Well, we'll see when we get there.
Yeah,
if we get there.
Hopefully that's not.
Noriko sweeps a stray strand of... Why the fuck are you like this, Koji? Noriko sweeps a stray strand of hair behind her ear and contemplates the question.
12 deliveries. Tomoe has already prepped the bodies. She's waiting in the van. I've sent the photos to the victims.
Only 12 today?
We're not getting many new requests. All of today's deliveries are just part of our backlog. There aren't many corpses left here, actually. We've managed to work our way through most of them. Have to visit the morgue again soon.
I see.
Things seem to be slowing down. The copycat is stealing our business. I just know it.
Maybe.
Oh, that reminds me. Whatever happened to Allie's boyfriend?
What do you mean?
I can't believe I forgot about it. You were going to kill him.
Oh, Yeah.
Somehow I forgot about that too. Caught up in my own head today. Junpei Matsumoto.
Is he dead?
Unlikely.
Naruko's prompts me to explain.
Hurt him good, but Aoi arrived before I could go further.
Shit. Did she see you?
Yeah. She doesn't know me, though.
I suppose. Wait. You didn't hurt Aoi, did you?
The tone of panic in her gasping voice is impossible to disregard.
Of course not.
Aoi's innocent, you know? She can't get caught up in all this.
As far as you know.
I know.
I think we're too genre savvy for games like this, actually.
I'm beginning to think so, maybe.
I think it takes, like, a brain like Uchikoshi's to keep us on our toes. Like, I kind of want... This is making me want to play more normal visual novels, just to see... More normal mystery murder visual novels,
Yeah.
specifically. Just to see what we can guess, how early we can guess it.
Well, maybe we'll find out by Thursday, with the new game, maybe. Maybe we'll find out and see. I don't know. It's like this person's first game, so, like, I can't imagine they're doing, like, Uchikoshi level stuff with their first game, so maybe that'll be a good test to see. Yeah, because when you start with Uchi and things like that.
We need to remember 11, never 17. Why the fuck aren't those on our list?
That's a good point.
I'm gonna...
If we do that,
Oh.
we might kill Yosh's sleep schedule.
We will compensate Yoshi's sleep schedule by inviting him onto stream. Kei and Kiki, and also Yoshi.
Oh my god, guest star. Because I remember that Michael, who, like, I don't want to necessarily call him a friend because I've, like, never talked to the guy really, per se. But he's, like, a friend of a friend, I guess. Because he was streaming it a
Teamster
while
Michael.
back. What?
Teamster Michael, yes.
Teamster Michael. Because he was streaming it, and Yosh was like, I will not be here for the Ace Attorney stream if it goes on too long, because I have to be in his chat to explain the final plot twist to him, or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? So, yeah. I don't know if it's both, or if it's just Remember 11. That's, like, the wonky one. But that could be fun. A little trio show.
Yeah. I know Yosh gave me a link to do a download to, like, a torrent.
Okay.
How about I'm gonna put it on the list as soon as I find out where the fucking list is. God damn it!
It's in my Discord. It's pinned in my Discord.
I know. But poking at the link on my phone brings me to Safari instead of opening Google Drive. It's annoying.
Well, that sucks.
So what we're gonna do? Here's the tentative plan right now, right? We're gonna go through our on deck. We have 2 games on now playing and 5 games on deck. And the pace that we keep should keep us there for like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's assuming if Deltarune 3 doesn't come out in that time period.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna put this. So I'm gonna put, like, if Remember 11 or Ever 17 get remade.
Oh yeah, they are remaking them.
Well, one of them is getting remade.
Or yeah, one of them. Maybe that. Yeah.
It's under Deltarune in the drop everything section. If they get remade, we're just gonna say fuck whatever we're doing right now. We're gonna do Ever 17.
Fair. Is that the right order to play them in?
Yosh will lay out with us.
Yeah, we'll ask Yosh.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I've edited the list.
Okay,
Also, was there something else we... You know what we should do, actually? I'm gonna put this under want to do. Steins Gate 0 is the next one that I have to do, right?
Yes. I a better game, but some parts of it I like better than the original. I probably said this to you before already.
Probably. I have Steins Gate, Zero Elite, and Living Your Bounded Phenogram in my library. So
I have not played Linear Bounded Phenogram yet because it only comes in like if you buy the bundle for some reason on Steam or PlayStation. And not the Switch version. The Switch version came with like a weird 8-bit game that I like never played. And I own the PS4 version, but I have not installed it onto a PS yet. So therefore I have not played it. And it's really only a bunch of side stories. And the main reason I got it is because Uchikoshi wrote one of the stories in it.
okay.
And I'm curious to see his take on Steins Gate stuff.
Alright. Do you want to... I'm going to leave this up to you. Because by saying these words out loud and putting it on the list, I'm consenting to playing a Steins Gate game again. Do you want me to just put it straight onto On Deck? Like, we're going to play this at some point in time.
I think we should do want to do for now.
Okay.
Because I just,
and while we're...
That's a lot. That's a big commitment.
It's a big commitment? Okay. Okay, while we're in a lull in the middle of a scene...
Intermission!
You should make an announcement so you have it on stream. You have a clip to show people.
Oh, yeah, true. So, very excited to announce that on Thursday... Too Many Teeth Studios has provided us with a early access code to their new upcoming game, The Many Deaths of Lily Kozan. I believe that's how I'm saying it right. I have actually not heard it said out loud. So I'm actually we're gonna... Kozan, something like that. We're gonna...
It depends on how hard you want your accent.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we're gonna be playing this game on Thursday. So, this is kind of like a horror choices matter kind of thing. It looks pretty interesting. I like the art. I've taken some looks at the developers' websites, and there's some interesting stuff on there for like I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. They cited some interesting influences on it. But I'm very excited. I'm very honored that they specifically asked us because we've been playing Corpse Factory, and Corpse Factory was one of the I do know for a fact Corpse Factory was one of the influences on it. But they haven't played Corpse Factory yet. He hasn't played Corpse Factory yet. So I think it's more of like a style aesthetic thing more than anything. So I'm interested to see how that works out. What?
Vibes influence.
Yeah, more of a vibes influence, I think. So I'm excited for this. So we're gonna be doing that Thursday.
And depending on how good it is, we will either run double streams for a few weeks, or we might replace this one if we don't have the time to do that.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes, and it also depends on how much we like it. And like, you know, if we're like gotta find out, we might, you know, replace it. If it's like a little more chill, we might just double it, and it might be the first one on the chopping block for the week if we do that. But yeah, so it comes out on Friday. This is Thursday, but my guess is it's like a midnight East Coast release, East Coast release. So it probably unlocks July 20th for me, but it's like technically it comes out on Friday. So very grateful to Too Many Teeth Studios for the preview code. This is the first time I've ever gotten this, and us as a team have ever gotten this.
Mm-hmm.
So very excited for that. Yeah, and I'll probably make a formal announcement on Twitter as well to kind of hype everybody up for it. So hopefully you will tune in and see if you like it or not, and if you do, then maybe you'll buy it for yourself when it comes out on Friday. Very exciting. Woo!
And with that announcement, we return to our regularly scheduled bullshittery.
Yeah.
I'd never heard friend of Noriko's. Unless they hurt me first. Self-defense or something.
So, what do we do about Junpei? If he's still alive, he knows that you're involved with the morgue and with Corpse Girl.
Don't know. Actually, he did say something interesting.
What did he say?
I quote, "Every person targeted by the human removal service is removed by the Herald's hand." End quote.
The Herald? Who the fuck is the Herald? Did you mishear? Was it supposed to be Gerald?
That's kind of dumb.
She's a bit of an airhead.
I think that's an understatement.
I think that
Herald.
a lot of
Only some prophet. A visionary.
there are some studies linking brain power to nutrition, and she is.
That's true, actually. I never thought about that, because we've been calling her dumb, but maybe she's just starved.
Yeah, she's starved and neurodivergent in some capacity.
Yeah. So she's got, like, everything working against her.
Mm-hmm.
Junpei says he's immortal.
Immortal? You're not serious.
Every killing is carried out by him personally.
What the hell? How is that even possible? How can someone kill so many people without getting caught?
Give me a second.
Yeah, you're good. I still think it's whack that the canine's what came out. Like, that's like a kind of a fucked up tooth to lose. I can't imagine that.
Sorry about that.
You're good. You okay?
Yeah. Coughing fit.
Sorry.
I shrug. My tongue subconsciously licks the gap where my tooth once was.
Guess he's good.
Ugh, what a pain in the ass.
Anyway, I'll take care of those deliveries.
Thanks. I'm going to try and dig up something.
Dig up?
Not literally. Information. Online.
Oh,
Got me
what
excited
if?
there for a moment.
How can one person kill so many people and not get caught? Because they have insider information, first of all. But also, what if the one person is actually two people? It's Aoi and Shinya.
Yeah, that's true. Because those are like really big numbers for like one person, considering how long this has been going on. So 2 people would make a lot more sense.
And Shinya would have been doing it for the revenge reason if Kotomi is involved.
Yeah.
And Aoi would have done it to get her stalker off her back, right?
Yeah, for sure. They both have some motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Don't worry. You'll be the first person I tell if I decide to go digging up bodies.
Thanks.
I throw an article, lazy wave, and take my leave.
You finally good to go?
Oh, Tomoe, I missed you.
Yeah.
Good.
What does it say about this game that Tomoe? What does it say about this game that Tomoe is the same one?
The same
Not the
one, the
group.
normal one, the one I like the most.
The moral one?
The moral one. All she's doing is driving. She ain't doing any of the rest of the shit, technically.
Our
I mean,
introduction
she's
to
complicit.
Tomoe. Our introduction to Tomoe was her flipping her shit and punching the fuck out of Noriko, who was at the time our main protagonist.
Right. And yet...
So we did not have a pleasant. Like I started. I'm gonna say this just outright. At that moment, I said I liked her a lot. I liked her more than I did like earlier in that same stream. But I was also getting Eric vibes. No lie.
Really?
Just a little bit. Just
I guess I could have seen where that was going.
violent normie who reacts negatively to all the crazy shit going around them.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that. I like her a lot more than I like Eric, though.
I mean, I can appreciate Eric narratively. Wouldn't hang out with him, but I can appreciate him narratively.
Yeah, I mean, can you really appreciate him that narratively if he's not even in your story?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can. Because no.
You appreciate him so much that you took him out.
No. This is important though. It's important for Zero Escape narratively to include someone who is normal and has a normal outlook on things and reacts how a normal person would to the crazy shit flying around, because that is important to their central theming. It is important that we understand that no, all this morphogenetic bullshit is not normal. It's actually pretty freaky, and a normal person would be flipping their lid.
I guess that's fair.
My narrative doesn't give a fuck about how weird shit is.
Yeah.
I did not include Eric because I do not need the viewpoint of someone normal to contrast with everyone else going along with everything easily. I have Junpei for the moral quandaries.
Yeah.
You know?
I also feel like Eric doesn't spend that much time freaking out over the morphogenetic stuff. I mean, it's kind of like an endgame thing, like, for sure. But I feel like he just spends most of his time just simping over Mira.
I mean, no. He doesn't actually spend that much time simping over Mira comparatively. He, whenever she prompts him with, I am now doubting your love, sort of thing, she goes no, of course. He goes oh, no, I'm so devoted to you. I love you so much. I love you so much.
I would agree.
When she feels that he is being unreasonable, he tones it down instantly. But outside of that, he's just what the fuck? My girlfriend and I got kidnapped. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I hate him so much. But I just feel like all I remember is him being yeah, punk brat. Oh, give him a break. Okay, fine. Or this is
How many
great.
times did you play Zero Control?
3? 3?
3 times? Okay.
At least 2, I think 3.
I think that you have a thing with children.
That is true. He's mean to Sean a lot, and I don't like that.
And I think that biases you negatively towards him.
Possibly. But I'm not mad at Mira. Mira fucking... Doesn't she... Well... No, maybe she doesn't kill him.
Mira kills Sean.
Okay, she kills him.
In Triangle specifically.
Okay, I was thinking there was at least one scenario where she kills him.
It's Triangle, and then... I think... in the Radical 6 route, where they don't... The Radical... I think... Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Radical 6 route, where they take the Radical 6, and they inject themselves with it. She kills Eric, she kills Sean. She stays awake during the whole I will now put you to sleep portion of the game. Yeah. And then she goes on to kill D-Team.
Yeah.
I think that's the line that leads to the treatment room. Treatment room? Healing room?
Gosh, I don't know. The problem is it's so crazy that I can never remember, what happens when.
Yeah, so no, Mira kills Sean twice. But that's all she does. Twice? 3 times? 3 times. Twice in Triangle, once in the line that leads to Mira escaping alone. But that's all she does. Eric, meanwhile, is verbally and physically abusive.
Yeah.
And he's a belligerent asshole for most of the game. He's begrudging when he's helpful, even when he's helpful, you know?
Yeah. I just want it written down on the record, too, that I want to like Eric because I know he has a really sad backstory. And I don't want to be oh, he's awful when he's a fucking abuse survivor, basically. I don't want to have that attitude toward him. I want to be sympathetic, but I just can't.
I'd like to go on the record that I don't give a fuck about him being an abuse survivor. I hate his guts. I appreciate him narratively. He's still a fucking asshole. Okay. There are plenty of abuse survivors that don't beat kids, you know?
Okay, I'm glad. Oh, hey, Elise also says Eric sucks so much. Hey, you know who else is an abusive survivor and isn't a huge asshole? I'm so sorry if you're referencing you, and I'm... Oh, like 90% of the cast. Oh, I thought you were saying you, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't drag any, like, bad memories up. No, that's true, actually. That's a very good point. Like, so many of them have gone through...
Kidnapping survivor, maybe. But, like, I think of the cast, only the Kurashikis really have negative parent space. And then, like, Fi, technically.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
even
say...
that, she has, like, a loving guardian that is not related to her blood.
Well,
her blood.
and then Diana, not a parental abuse survivor, but...
Oh, yeah, no, Diana for sure. For sure. For sure. Holy shit.
So
and
that's
then
still,
Diana is, like, the sweetest person alive. So, like...
Oh, you need at least a rank 5 social link to unlock that backstory. Fair enough, Elise. I will not speedrun your social link just to unlock that, because I don't ever
for other reasons.
yeah. No, I'll speedrun it for other reasons maybe, but I don't ever want to make somebody relive something that they're not ready for, so or want to ever. Totally valid. And I probably don't need to know that, unless you want to ever share with somebody, in which case my ears are open and my shoulder is somewhat comfortable, I think.
If you need to talk, we're available to talk. But if you don't want to talk,
but
let's just complain about Eric some more, I guess. Like, Eric's an asshole, and, like, the reason for him being an asshole and having child-related trauma is understandable. It doesn't make him acceptable. It doesn't make me want to like him.
Yeah.
But it's understandable. And I appreciate him, like I said, narratively.
Yeah.
He serves a purpose and he serves it well.
I guess that's, like, where my main complaint is that, like... Shit, I had it and then, like, I lost it. Like, the assholes in the other games are, likable as characters, even though they do really shitty things. Even though they have, like, horrible things in their backstories. Eric has horrible things in his backstory, but is just not...
And
is unlikable and an asshole. I can't even like him as a character. Like, you may like him narratively, but I don't like him as a character. Oh, bless your heart, genuine. Anyways, Eric should have died in every route. Yeah, I would agree with that. I also, the fact that him and Mira get fucking married afterwards, like...
I mean, Mira is probably has a history of persecution because of her mental illness, right?
Yeah.
And will take literally anything.
But the fact that Eric didn't fucking learn his lesson and is like, I would like to think that, like, he would have woken up a little bit and been like, I have a life outside of you. I can be my own person. My trauma does not define me. I can find happiness outside of getting married to you, even though you're a fucking serial killer. But no, he's just he has no arc.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Like, Best End should have had Mira just shake him and everyone cheers. Yeah.
No, for sure, the game, their epilogue should have ended with him dying in their marital bed.
Yeah, at least it would be consistent.
Yeah. Or maybe she's trying to control herself because, for whatever reason, Sean decides he likes Eric. And Sean can very easily deal with Mira if she ever gets out of hand. So maybe that's why she decided to behave herself. I don't know. We've gone far off topic, and it's been 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about Tomoe. I was like, how did we even get on this topic anyways? But yeah, Tomoe solos Eric in every possible way.
to return to the original point, Tomoe gave me Eric vibes and made me feel as though, oh hey, I think I've seen this before. I don't like where this is headed down. And then she redeemed herself by being the only sane person on the cast for some reason.
Yeah, somehow. Except no
Possibly including Shinya.
True. He decides
Was
to be
that
a
him?
boring ass wife guy to a woman who isn't even his wife. No, yeah, he's a wife guy like the whole time for no reason, and it's just ridiculous. So just because he she smiled at him or something. I don't know. Anyways, Eric train over. I'm glad we're all in agreement that Eric fucking sucks.
Eric sucks.
Okay.
He serves the.
I'm gonna name that the stream when I export it to YouTube, and everybody's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is Eric?" And then they're gonna watch it, and they're gonna be like, "Oh god."
Yeah.
Warning for ZTD spoilers on fucking Corpse Factory video. Ugh.
Did we spoil? I guess
Well,
we spoiled the epilogue.
We spoiled the
Eric
epilogue, and we
Mira.
spoiled endings that aren't the main endings.
Yeah. We spoiled Triangle and Radical 6
Yeah.
and their epilogue. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's not too bad.
That's fine.
If anybody's gonna be mad at me over that, then I'll tell them, go play ZTD, and then tell me that that's the thing that you're most mad about.
Don't do that. That's just punishing them.
I'm just saying, if you play ZTD and you're still mad at me over spoiling those things over everything else that happens in ZTD, then I think you have problems.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
And then I'll tell them to go read your fic.
Everyone should read my fic.
Mm-hmm. 0 win game. Archive of our own. Leave kudos.
It's fun. Yeah.
In conclusion...
We're nearing 100, I think.
Oh! Very nice.
It was like 93 last time I checked. Anyway.
In
It's funny
conclusion,
to-
fuck Eric, all my homies ate Eric. Yes, Elise, a dream meme. So sorry, what were you saying, Kay?
It's funny to think that Tomoe knows about my birthday.
Oh.
I assume she read about it on Noise, since we're now friends.
Get any prezzies?
Not one.
Lame. What do you like? I'll buy you something.
Really? You'd do that for me?
Of course. You may be a creep, but birthdays are the best. Everyone deserves a present.
Well, hey, what dropped that link? Kay, do you happen to have a link to 0 Win Game available relatively easily on your preferred platform that you could drop
Yeah,
in the
you
chat
want me
for
to-
Elise?
In the chat? Yeah.
You could drop it in the chat, or if you'd rather, you could also try putting it in the Zero Escape of my Discord, or you could do both. You should do both.
Okay.
You should drop it in
I
chat
have-
and promote it, because deserves it.
Okay, let me go grab the link. Yeah, I have a link. Let me go into Twitch. with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. At least it's still ongoing, and the bit is that you can vote on I want to say bit like it's a funny thing, but the bit is that you can vote on which fragments you want to go to, just like in ZTD the game where like the different fragments, but it makes a lot more sense than the game in my opinion. You
The
can
plan
do that.
is... It's in Discord. If you need me to DM you, I can DM you. But it's in Discord. But the plan is to one day, like, when everything is posted, to rearrange everything in AO3 and then do hyperlink wizardry.
Ah, smart.
So, like, you can play by yourself. But I have no way of... Like, it's not like Twine, where I could, like, put in hidden values and, like, hey, you have this key here.
Yeah.
You just have to... You have to keep a notebook.
Holy shit,
Separate.
45 chapters. Yeah, and it's not even done yet. They've been working on this for, like, forever.
The planning process started 2019. The actual writing started late 2020, like December, like November,
Yeah,
December.
that sounds right.
Do you remember when I started DMing you about it? I don't fucking remember.
That sounds right.
November, December?
Something like that, yeah.
Posting started March of 22.
Yeah.
February of 22. And fun fact, it's currently 88,000 words. The plan for the next chapter is to have it be like 9 to 10K long.
Yeah.
Um, I've hit a rough patch. Updates are on pause at the current moment. Anyway. Very far off topic. If you have any questions, I am on Discord.
Yay.
Feel free to DM me.
Yeah, enjoy! It's already far better. Not that that's terribly hard, but that's a discredit to your writing skills, so it's... Even if it was good, it'd still be better.
It's got a little bit more thought to put into it, I guess. Not to say that no thought went into Zero Time Dilemma, but like...
No, there definitely was some thought, but there's a lot of other factors that fucked it up.
Yeah.
As someone who's been working on a fic chapter since Endwalker coming out, I feel you. I have so many unfinished... many unfinished fics. Well, I say that. There's like 3 probably, but still. I feel that.
I don't tend to start things unless I intend to finish them. This is the first, like, long fic I've ever, like, embarked on.
Yeah. I stick to one-shots mostly because I know that, like, if I start one, I'm not gonna finish it. But there's, like, legitimately, like, there's an Overwatch fic and a Mary Poppins fic at least in my, AO3 that have not been finished.
Oh.
So, I don't think I will ever finish the Overwatch one. I might go back to the Mary Poppins one day. Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyways. Attempt number 3.
I think she's being nice. Not a fan of being called creep.
Well, I'd like a French press.
Would I?
That's kind of a big gift, isn't that?
What's that?
Oh, God.
A coffee press.
Oh, I know those. Yeah, sure. I'll order you one. Cool?
Cool. Thanks.
Damn, that was... okay.
It's not... It's like a...
Happy birthday, Kojiro.
Like a wedding registry gift?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was kind of like a big investment thing.
Yeah. Or maybe there are cheap presses.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe she makes so much money working at the bank that it's not... But it sounds like they have temp positions, or well, she has a temp position. Noriko has absolutely gotten fired at this point.
Yeah, that's why she stays all her time in the friggin'...
A month without calling in sounds...
Yeah,
like...
she probably stays at the factory because her apartment was, like, foreclosed on, or whatever you call it. She was evicted.
No, she definitely left the apartment because of an anxiety meltdown.
Well, that's true.
And then maybe then she got evicted.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that, like, there's no way that she's still got her apartment if she's also not going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Surprisingly, she steps forward to give me a short hug. It feels nice. Contact. She's warm. Not like Noriko, or the way I imagine Noriko to be. Her hair smells wonderful. Like coconut. I'm not sniffing it on purpose. I'm not trying to play up to my reputation as a creep. But it's impossible not to smell it when we're this close. Her fingers tap against my back a few times, and then she releases the hug. A smile as warm as her touch spreads across her face.
Come on, let's get going.
Yeah.
Tomoe opens the van's driver's side door and scoots inside. As the door shuts behind her, I can't help but entertain the thought of what she would be like to have as a girlfriend, a partner, a lover. She's nicer than I originally thought. Heart's in the right place. She's not Noriko. I shake the fleeting thoughts from my mind and urge myself to get on with things. Delivery time. I don't know how to feel about him ascribing his dead girlfriend's visage onto Noriko and ascribing his feelings for his dead girlfriend to Noriko.
Yeah.
Weird, probably.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if he actually likes Noriko or if he's just like, oh, my dead girlfriend, take 2.
My Dead Girlfriend Take Two would be a cute little light novel title.
Oh my god. I died by after a French press fell on me and now I wander the dungeon.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Morgue duties have felt mundane lately. Boring. Pointless. Lots of things I'd rather be doing. I had to come in early today thanks to an influx of deceased patients from the hospital. Bodies could pass through the hospital halls and land in my lap. Unceremoniously. They need to be added to inventory. Need to be stored. Cadavers are needier than some people. Don't know where I'm going to store this lot. Running out of rooms in this place. Only a handful of whole chambers still available. I can thank the Human Removal Service for that. This isn't the only morgue in the area, but it's one of the biggest. A lot of cadavers up here. A lot of victims. Weeks ago, I used to smile every time one of Corpse Girl's victims entered this hollow place. It was kind of poetic. Noriko cherry-picked corpses from this morgue. Those corpses were delivered to the victims. The victims died. They ended up here as fresh cadavers. Ready to repeat the cycle.
Do you think they ever used one of the victims as a new corpse?
I bet you if they ever got, like, a name that matched a previous name, like in the past, and like sisters, right? Like, imagine if Noriko and Yuriko weren't like central to the plot, and they were just normal Corpse Girl victims.
Yeah.
Imagine that Yuriko gets killed, and then someone requests Noriko.
They just reuse.
Right?
Yeah. I can see
And no,
that.
they use Yuriko's corpse to be like, "Hey, you want to match your sister?"
Oh yeah, that's true.
Something like that.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. It was beautiful. The circle of death. Now, it's rare for Corpse Girl's victims to arrive. More common other victims of the Human Removal Service. At least, that's my speculation. When multiple homicide victims arrive on your doorstep every day, it's hard not to piece things together. Lacerations, dismembered limbs, rope marks, bludgeoned skulls. Myriad mortal wounds inflicted on the flesh. I always suspected Corpse Girl's copycat was behind the sheer amount of deaths raging across Tokyo. Seeing the fruits of copycats' labor firsthand has convinced me that we're not dealing with simple suicides. And Junpei Matsumoto's words still ring clearly in my ears. Our herald, he carries out all the killings personally. It all adds up. Corpse Girl has truly met her match. While the Human Removal Service continues to claim countless lives, Corpse Girl's success is rapidly declining. Much to Noriko's chagrin, Corpse Girl has become so well known that the general public no longer fears her. Like a figure from folklore or a fictional character. Everyone knows the name Corpse Girl, but only the truly gullible believes she can kill people. I call it the Bloody Mary effect. If someone is predisposed to believe that in a horrific entity, they will convince themselves that the entity truly exists. When targeted by Corpse Girl, such a person will succumb to suicide and attempt to escape a potentially more grisly fate. In reality, they simply play right into the trap that Corpse Girl laid for them. Those that treat Corpse Girl as no more than an entertaining piece of folklore, like Bloody Mary, are immune to the fear. Someone like this can receive a photo of their own corpse and shrug it off as no more of a threat than a spam mail. It's ironic that the success Noriko sought for so long is the very thing that has rendered Corpse Girl's methods ineffective. I wouldn't say all this to Noriko's face. She's well aware of the situation. As for the Human Removal Service, no one seems to know about it. There's no mention of it anywhere on the internet, anywhere I can access at any rate. Police investigating the string of homicides haven't mentioned it. If the site relies on the users to request deaths, I am at a loss as to how people are learning about it. It truly seems to be some sort of shadow organization, except for the fact that Junpei Matsumoto essentially walked right up to me and revealed himself. I don't know his motives for doing so. I might know his motive. Oh god.
Oh, what?
He has some sort of a maid fetish, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say he doesn't have like other fetishes? You know,
Mm.
who's to say he doesn't have, say, a gothic Lolita fetish, for example,
Oh, true.
and sees Kojiro as something of a love rival. You know, he's quote unquote dating
He's just dating
Noriko's
Aoi
best
to get
friend.
close to Noriko.
I would hate that,
Yeah,
but it
me
would be
too.
plausible.
Yeah, that's possible, huh?
It's plausible. I would hate it, but I would believe it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he found out that I'm of Corpse Girl's work. I really should take care of him. Knock at the door. I rub my eyes and sit up slowly. Must have fallen asleep in my chair again. Still groggy, I get up and look through the front door's peephole. A single lonely package sits on the doormat.
That was fast.
Don't know where it came from. Haven't ordered anything online lately. Okay. I was going to say that if the narrative mentions the French press, it's not going to be the French press, but because he hasn't acknowledged that it could be the French press, it's probably the French press, right?
Yeah, if he says it in the next line or two.
It could be a fake account.
Yeah.
But if he never says it, then it probably is.
Yeah. Oh, shit, I don't know.
I swing the door open and pick up the plain brown parcel. Something rattles inside. Bringing it indoors, I slip my thumb underneath the packing tape and tear it open. Nestled on a band of packing foam is a white box adorned with the image of a French press.
Well.
A coffee maker.
Tomoe. That's right. This is a gift from Tomoe. She really bought me a birthday gift. Something that I truly wanted. My friend Tomoe. Hexagon?
What?
A love hexagon, I think, is what
Oh.
we're up to right now.
I was like, what? No, maybe.
It might be a pentagon, depending on how real Junpei and Aoi's relationship is.
The real good ending of this is that will they just all become like a polyamorous group and kill people
They're
together,
all
I guess.
super fucked up. They're all super fucked up, but yeah, I guess that could be the
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I don't think that'll actually happen,
but like, he's starting to get feelings for Tomoe, who has a boyfriend in Shinya. Oh, you know what? It would be really. It would confirm something, I guess.
Really?
If he starts sniffing around Tomoe and immediately gets caught by Shinya and immediately gets added to the human disposals removal services. Is it
That's
removal?
true. Human removal, I think.
Human removal. Yeah. So like, if Shinya sees him as a threat, he either gets a photo sent to himself, or he gets threatened by someone, the Herald, right?
Yeah.
Immediately after saying that, because that has to be the reason why we're introducing.
Yeah, this is taking a strange.
Yeah. This is more office romance bullshit, but the office is a morgue.
Yeah. And a corpse factory.
And a corpse factory. After putting the package down, I retrieved my phone and opened up Noise. Thank you for the birthday present.
I can read Tomoe if you want.
Please.
You got it already?
Just now. It's a good brand, too.
Sweet! Glad you like it.
Maybe I'll brew you a cup one day.
Yes, please. Extra sugar!
You got it. Tomoe doesn't send a follow-up message. I take that to mean the conversation has expired. It feels good that she did such a nice thing for me. I almost forgotten what it's like to have someone care. Pity she has a boyfriend. Never stops going on about him. Regardless, it doesn't matter. I shouldn't misconstrue a kind gesture as affection. She was simply bestowing a birthday gift. Something that most people would do for a friend. Something Noriko didn't even attempt. Don't know how to break down Noriko's barriers. Been trying for a long time. She just never seems to warm up. Maybe chasing her is a lost cause. But I'm tired of being lonely. I'm so tired. Noriko, Tomoe, I don't care. If either of them would accept me, I would give them everything I am.
Is he a yandere?
I think he's just depressed and lonely.
Okay. I'm just like collecting evidence here. I'm like, he's not afraid to kill people. He's a stalker.
Mm-hmm.
And he would give them everything he has. Like, I mean,
No,
I think you're probably right, but I'm not gonna rule it out. I'm gonna put that in the back pocket and sit
like
on
I
it.
said, it wouldn't even be a disappointment thing, but it would be kind of, I wouldn't be shocked, but I would be kind of surprised if they went male yandere with Kojiro, you know? Especially
Yeah.
after seeing such a healthy specimen of a female yandere in Noriko.
Yeah, true. Everybody in here is a yandere. Maybe it's just yandere central. This is the real yandere simulator.
God, I wish Yandev wasn't a piece of shit.
No, for real. What a potential. Wasted.
Shame. I just don't want to be alone anymore. God, I feel that.
Oh.
God, you know what? Actually, that's that was me like all through the middle years of my college, honestly.
Oh. No, I can relate to that.
The start of another long night. Alone, like always. My cadavers can hardly be called company. They don't speak, don't laugh at my jokes. They're like living people laugh at my jokes anyway. Beep boop.
Yeah. Hey, I think I mentioned this a day or two ago, but our reserves have pretty much dried up.
Okay.
Reserves. She means her statued corpses at the factory. She has a way with words.
Anyway, 3 new requests came through today. I'm really excited. Maybe things will pick up again.
Maybe.
I'll send through photos of the Vics. Can you select some corpses that resemble them? Tomoe will come by with the van.
Okay.
Thanks. Are you okay? You're pretty quiet. More than usual, anyway.
I'm fine.
I see. Well, thanks. I'm sending the photos now. Message me when you're done. I'll send Tomoe over.
Yeah.
So close, Noriko. You're so close to giving a shit. We don't have. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss having an inside view into Noriko's head.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's just nothing going on there except for just like kill victims, corpse girl, kill victims, corpse girl, kill victim, corpse girl.
I would love to see that she actually does care about Kojiro beyond like this is my accomplice and I need to keep him happy in order to keep him sated.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be surprised. I feel like maybe she does. Maybe she's just really bad at showing it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to see her being bad at showing that she cares.
Cause
I would love that.
So nothing that I've seen so far, even prior to, like, indicated that she was interested in him outside of what use he has for her. She has for him.
I mean, but there was that one thing when she was having her breakdown with Aoi. Is like, I need to get over Aoi. I'll even take Kojiro.
Yeah,
and
but
then we were talking about how much we respected Koji for not taking her up on that offer.
Yeah, but she doesn't like care for him. She's just like, he's trash. He'll do.
He likes me. He'll do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to think that she cares, but I'm not positive.
I would love to see that she cares and is just really bad at showing it. I would love it so much.
Yeah.
I would love for her to get called out by Tomoe for treating people like shit.
No, for real. If anybody was gonna do it, it'd be her.
It has to be Tomoe. And the call in from my phone to my pocket. Vibrates 3 times in quick succession as Noriko's photos automatically download. 3 requests. Not much, but enough to lift for spirits. I scanned the array of coal chambers lining the walls. This place is packed to the gills. Shouldn't be a problem to find some matches for her. I take a stroll along the side of the left row chambers. All the bodies within are due for cremation. I can take my pick from here, just like always. Business as usual. I fish my phone out once more and examine the new photos. 2 women, a man, middle-aged, young adult, normal, everyday people. Corpse girl will wrap her fingers around their throats and try to kill them. Will they shrug off the attempt on their lives? Time will tell. I'll do my best to help Noriko in their lives. I wander toward the computer at the end of the room and log into the inventory system. Time to find some suitable bodies.
The corpses you picked out are good. 2 of them, anyway.
What's wrong with the third?
He looks a bit too old. Older than the victim, at any rate.
I see. Sorry.
It's not a problem. I think it'll still be convincing.
Are we delivering them today?
No, I received even more requests overnight. I need you to go select more cadavers.
Sheesh.
Noriko.
Again?
Sorry. Aren't you happy that we're busy again?
Care
Oh.
less.
This is what I'm saying. I don't think she cares, unfortunately, as much as I want. No.
Yeah.
I'm only doing
Maybe
this for you.
she's doing the thing where like she thinks he cares about Corpse Girl as much as she does.
Maybe. But it's
I don't
also
know. Yeah, it is seeming a lot like no, she just cares about what he can do for her, and not.
I also feel like this is leading to him about to break somehow because it keeps emphasizing like how lonely he is and how much he's alone in the morgue and things like that and alone in his apartment. So I feel like this is leading to him like him having his own psychotic break at the end of this chapter.
No, I think you know what I think actually.
What?
I think the chapter ends with him getting a message from the human removal services.
Yeah.
And him dying to them.
Interesting. I don't really want him to die, but
It would suit him there. Like
yeah.
He's like the picture of suicidally depressed at this point, right?
Right.
Like dangerously suicidally depressed.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate, but also it's like really on the nose.
Yeah. And his death would probably have more impact than just about anybody else in the story right now.
Yeah. It's the truth, even if she doesn't want to hear
I
it.
heard that Tomoe got you a birthday gift.
Way to change the subject.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be your friend, and I was just so caught up within my own head that I couldn't be bothered with your birthday.
Okay, well, it's a little bit.
That's
It's fine.
not something you should admit about. It's not fine.
So, if you'll accept a late gift, is there anything you would like?
A date
Ask for a date. Yeah.
Oh!
with you.
Anything else?
Ah.
Damn it, Noriko.
You're being awfully
So close.
forward today. I thought we agreed to just be friends. What's
Did
going
we agree to that? Or did you agree to that in your own head and just assume that you agreed?
It might be because she is, oh shit, I don't know. I don't know.
Nothing. Forget it.
Oh shit, yeah, he's...
The spiral
Like
will be spiraling.
Yeah. I have to look away from her to prevent her from seeing the snarl on my face.
I'll go pick out some cadavers for you. Later.
Okay. Bye.
I step away and mutter to myself.
Stupid.
I'm so stupid. Why am I acting so desperately around her all of a sudden? Yeah, he's gonna fucking die.
Yo.
Somehow.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think so myself.
Mm.
What kind of hello is that? Frick.
Sauce. In a mood.
Always the case with you, ain't it?
Seems to be.
She gets me.
Listen, how about that cup of coffee you promised me?
Huh?
Oh, fuck
You
me.
know, come on, don't make me say it. You said you'd brew me some coffee with that French press thing. And, well, I could really use a cup, you know.
Fuck me running.
Yeah, I remember. Sauce. Noriko has sent me to the morgue.
Why? She kill ya?
No.
Takes me a second to get that she's joking.
Oh.
Tomoe smiles warmly and waves her finger in the air. Please don't be breaking up with Shinya. Please don't be going through a rough patch with Shinya. I don't want this office drama, please!
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it ain't every day a pretty girl offers to have coffee with ya. So are we doing this or what?
I'm hoping she's just trying to be nice and she could tell that he's got something on his mind and she just wants to, like she's worried about Noriko and she knows that he's stressed, so she's wanting to, like, talk about things, but,
I'm really worried that there's a rough patch between her and Shinya right now. Shinya's distant for some reason.
Maybe it's because she's used to spending all her fucking time taking corpses for Noriko, and she can't spend any time with Shinya.
That's possible. I can't fathom a reason for Tomoe's recent shift of attitude towards me. When we first started working together, she could hardly tolerate being in the same room as me. Now she wants me to brew coffee for her? Why? Does she want something from me? Is she in love with me? No, she's not. Definitely not. No one loves me. Even so, I don't want to be alone. How can I refuse her offer?
Okay. I can put off the morgue until later.
You finally came to your senses, huh? Well, come on then. Let's go to your place. I'll drive.
My place. Last time a girl visited my home. It was back when I lived in Noriko's apartment. Back when Shizuko. Clicking my tongue serves to distract me from the painful memories.
Let's go.
This is your place, huh? It's freaking dark in here.
Sauce.
You a vampire or something?
Of course not. I was just outside in the sun with you.
True that.
Tomoe looks around the small room and stands uncomfortably by the wall.
You don't bring girls back here very often, do ya?
No.
Maybe if you made the place look more appealing, then girls just might want to come back here.
You're here.
Sure, but I'm complaining, ain't I?
True. Why are you here anyway? It's not for coffee, is it?
You're a sharp one, ain't ya? Listen, I wanted to talk to you away from, you know.
Your boyfriend?
Woo!
No! Jeez! Away from Noriko!
Damn, Kojiro fucking coming out swinging.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, this whole thing's been going downhill, wouldn't you agree? All this shit with trying to make people off themselves? Sure, I'm used to it by now, but shit started to hit the fan.
How so?
Well, there's the business with, what was it? The human removal service?
Noriko told you about that?
Yeah, of course. We're besties, you know? They've been out there killing, and the police want to shift all the blame onto Corpse Girl. After all, Corpse Girl is the only killer that has gone public. Her name and website are written all over the body bags we deliver. People talk and everyone knows about her. So, of course the police are gonna assume she's behind all the murders. Except, she's not. Not really. A handful of them here and there, but even then, they're just suicides. Corpse Girl. Noriko. She ain't out there slashing necks and drowning people and setting houses on fire. She ain't doing any of that shit going down on the news.
I know all this.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if things keep up at this rate, the cops are gonna find her, Noriko, and she's gonna get locked up for life. I ain't gonna lie, she deserves it. The stuff she's doing is messed up. Thing is, me and you, we're accomplished.
Accomplices?
Yeah, that. We're in neck deep. If Noriko gets put on ice, we get taken along with her.
I see. You're worried about going to prison.
Of course I am. I've got people to take care of. What would Shinya do if I got locked up? What would he think of me? Not to mention my little brother and sister.
Tomoe's crestfallen countenance makes the room feel darker than it truly is. Her watery eyes break away from mine, and she tries hard not to restrain herself from sobbing.
I can't. I don't think I can do this anymore. No matter how much she pays me, I just can't keep risking it.
I understand. This is difficult for her. She's torn between loyalty to a friend and her own freedom.
I think your course of action is clear.
It is?
Yes. You need to step away from the game. It won't do us any good if you're not totally invested. You can make a fatal mistake that has consequences for all of us. If you're not committed, not focused, it's best that you part ways with Noriko.
You know, you really are more understanding than you look. I thought you were a total social outcast with no feelings or empathy.
Thanks.
Let me finish. I was wrong. You're all right, Kojiro. I'll take your advice. I'll talk to Noriko and tell her I ain't cut out for this anymore.
It's for the best. I guess we won't hang out anymore.
Do we ever hang out?
Well, our deliveries, our time at the factory. Dunno. Kind of grew to like it.
Kojiro. Oh, shit. I forgot. There's something I still need to do for Noriko.
What's that?
She asked me to go to her apartment and pick up some clean clothes for her.
So she's getting money somehow because if she's paying Tomoe and still keeps her apartment.
Maybe she's accepting donations from Corpse Girl?
Maybe.
I owe her that much at least. You wanna come with me?
Her apartment?
Noriko's apartment. My apartment. Not anymore. I haven't lived there for a while, but it'll always feel like mine. I wonder if there are any old memories to find between its walls.
Okay, I'll come with you. Do I need to break any windows?
No, of course not. Noriko gave me her keys.
I see.
You sound disappointed.
I'm trying to be clever and turn OnlyFans into a corpse-related joke, but that would require me to be, like, clever. That's a mood.
Bonely fans?
Oh, that's pretty good. I feel like, though, in the context of that, people would just assume you mean bone as in, like...
Yeah.
That, I mean, it's clever as a double entendre, though. I'm also not clever, Elise, so don't worry. I think Bonely...
Corpsely fans?
Corpsely fans? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Only heads? If you're decapitating people?
Yeah.
Another double entendre.
I was gonna say, too many of these are... Why are things with death and, like, sex so, like...
I don't know. Why did the
overlapping?
French name an orgasm the little death?
That's fair. Yeah, fun discovery.
I shrug and let her accusation slide.
Okay, I want to get through, I think, this scene because I'm curious what's going to happen here, and then I think we might call it for the night, if that's okay.
Okay. I didn't expect a flood of mundane recollections to turn my mind as soon as I started climbing the staircase. This place has such a hold over me. My past life, my love for Shizuko. It's so foggy, but so familiar. I don't even feel like the same person I was back then. But of course I'm the same. I'm still me. And the stench ingrained in these walls?
Every time I come in here, it smells worse and worse.
There's a body.
Is Shizuko in here somewhere?
It would have started smelling bad when Noriko lived here, right?
It was, though, because she mentioned it smelled like moss or mold or something like that. Maybe it had just started to, so maybe it's newer than.
Maybe it's newer than Shizuko.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think. Never mind what I think.
I feel like if this is the case, then Kojiro should be able to tell pretty quickly because he's very familiar with the smell of death, even though the corpses probably don't hang around a lot. He should know, I would think. So if it is something like that, unless he's responsible for it, in which case he might
But
ignore
him
it.
knowing doesn't necessarily mean he'll comment on it.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
What is it?
Don't know.
That's a mold? Mildew? Okay, so I guess it's not death? No, it's more sickening than that. It's something rotten.
Yuck. Anyway, her place is up just a few more levels.
I know.
Oh, you've been here before?
Mm.
Huh.
Tomoe abandons her thoughts in the air and continues to climb the stairs. Okay, thank God. Okay, so the thought that I had was like, maybe his kid is dead.
Yeah, I had also thought about that too, so.
When we reach the landing below Noriko's floor, a young girl's voice rings out.
Hello? Daddy?
Doesn't take long to identify the owner of the voice. A girl, no older than 7, is knocking repeatedly on the door of an apartment.
Did she get locked out? Is her dad dead?
But it started smelling bad before he would have died, right?
I think so.
She notices our arrival.
Who are you?
Kojiro.
Hello there. My name is Tomoe. What's your name?
Momo.
Nice to meet you, Momo.
I like Momo.
The door's locked. I can't get inside.
I see.
Somehow, the girl has locked herself outside her own apartment.
Is your mommy or daddy home?
I think Daddy is home, but he won't answer the door.
Let me try, okay?
The young girl hesitantly nods, nervousness evident on her features. Tomoe slams her fist against the apartment door, unafraid of holding back her strength.
Yo, anyone home up in here? Hello? Anyone there?
After a good 30 seconds of pounding the door, Tomoe puts her hands on her hips.
Are you sure your dad is home right now?
I think so. He was here right before I went outside to play.
Tomoe grimaces and looks me dead in the eyes.
You don't think something happened, do you?
Don't know.
I crouch down and rest my weight on one knee so I can come face to face with the girl.
What's your dad's name?
It's Kenji.
Kenji, huh? And what was he doing before you went to play?
Momo twiddles her fingers uncomfortably. Her expression turns thoughtful as she tries to remember.
He was watching TV.
I see. Thank you.
I stand back up and turn to Tomoe. She raises an eyebrows and if disbelief of the polite persona I adopted to talk to the girl.
If he's got the TV on, it might be too loud for him to hear us. Anyway, I'm sure he'll open the door soon. We should go up to Noriko's.
Or you should pick the lock, because I know one of you has that skill.
You're unbelievable. I ain't leaving this girl here. What if something bad happened to her dad?
No, I was gonna say, don't say that in front of the kid.
God damn it, Tomoe.
Oh, honey, I didn't mean it like that. Kojiro, we need to get in there.
Tomoe's sentence is cut off as the apartment door suddenly opens. A formidable man, broad-shouldered and with a smoldering expression, now inhabits the open doorway.
Clear the door.
Uh-oh.
As soon as it said smoldering, I was like, fuck, it's the detective.
He takes one look at Momo and then turns his neck to bark at somebody behind him.
The daughter's right here. Bring her
Fuck!
with us. Hurry it up.
How did they get here so... who called... Does the Herald call the cops themselves? Because if he was alone... nobody would have discovered him except for the daughter, and if the daughter's locked out.
Yeah. The certain man pushes past me and I stumble as I try to get out of his way. I don't like being pushed around, but the sight of half a dozen uniformed police officers shuffling out of the apartment behind him encourages me not to retaliate. Maybe he got framed!
Daddy?
Maybe.
Maybe he got framed for Corpse Girl's murders.
Yeah, maybe.
Dragged along
Okay.
behind one of the officers is a handcuffed man in disheveled clothes.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's not
yeah,
dead.
yeah.
Momo! Oh, thank God.
Okay, I'll take that.
Sweetie, Daddy has to go to the police station for a little bit. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry.
Before he can squeeze out another word, the police officers yank him away from his daughter. He is accompanied downstairs and disappears from view within moments.
Daddy! Come back! Daddy!
The final police officer to exit the apartment bends down in front of Momo. He mumbles something to her, then grabs her shoulders in an attempt to steer her towards the staircase.
Let go of me! Daddy!
What the fuck is going on here?
Tomoe takes a step towards the officer, her finger slowly curling into a fist.
Don't.
I clutch her fist in my own and force her to lower it.
Don't get involved. It's a police matter.
I think she understands my vague warning as she stops struggling against me.
Momo.
Oh, yeah, because she was using his Wi-Fi. Yeah, shit. So they probably traced it. Fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, but she hasn't used the IP for a month. So if they only just now...
Yeah, I don't know what it's like to trace that back, so... If she started getting enough money to use, like, a VPN or something, maybe.
Maybe. The young girl is escorted downstairs and Tomoe stands defeated next to me.
What the hell just happened?
I'm very tempted to say one or two more, but I know you have work in the morning.
Yeah, unfortunately, so, that's okay, though, because I knew something was gonna happen.
I want Tomoe to confront Noriko with this information.
Yeah, I hope she will, because that's fucked up.
Yeah. Anywho.
Well, this has been... Okay, the real question is... No, nothing's changed, okay. Yeah, this is an interesting, round.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We could have gotten just a little bit further and seen if Tomoe did anything with this information and her feelings towards Noriko, had I not got on a tangent about it.
It's
It's
okay,
all-
it was a good tangent, it's fine. I'm not mad. Well, anyways, this has been very interesting. Hopefully we'll get back to it next week, depending on how Thursday goes. So thank everybody for joining us. Hopefully you'll be there Thursday when we... Nah, I was the one who enabled it. I think we all share the blame a little, at least. I won't pin that all on you, for sure. It was really all three of us,
Yeah.
I think. We all contributed, so...
Yeah.
But hopefully you guys will come out on Thursday and support an indie game developer and see if you like a game and maybe consider buying it. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff set up for that when it comes time, so I probably need to prep that like tonight or tomorrow, so we'll see. But anyways, thank you guys for hanging out through this wonderful world of Corpse Factory. Still as a roller coaster ride as always, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Bye. Cool. So I know